Hello everyone, my name is Alberto and welcome back to my channel. I decided to try some tie-dye, so I got a bunch of t-shirts and sweatshirts and socks and stuff, and I got this kit from Amazon. It's sort of a non-branded kit that's supposed to be used as it is without any preparation or anything else. So what I did is I washed in the washing machine the clothes and I put some water then to wring out so they're easier to fold and they're gonna accept the dye better. So what I did is I sort of folded kind of randomly. Of course there's the standard like spiral design and the similar ones, but I kind of did just as I felt. I'd never done it before, so it was sort of also to try different things and to see how they would come out. And as you can see, I didn't notice, but one of the packets had sort of exploded in the box, so there's dye dust everywhere, and I managed to wash my hands for the ones after, but there was still little speckles of color everywhere. So for example, here you can see I tried to do a spiral design. I didn't really care about the designs too much, if I'm honest. It was more about the colors and the vibe in general. So here I'm putting all the elastics to keep it in place. The rubber bands that were, by the way, included in the kit. I started doing the socks on their own, but I ended up coupling them basically and folding them together. And here I tried to fold for a more sort of mandala design, so folding in a neater way, all pointing to the center. Spoiler, it didn't work out so great. Here is another t-shirt that I folded the same exact way. As you will see in the end, I did follow the instructions that were in the packaged dye. It did not turn out great. It was very pastel-y and very faded. I didn't do any sort of preparation with any soda ash or stuff like that. I did wash everything previously to remove any sort of sizing, oils, anything that was on the fabrics, but I didn't do any pre-treatment specifically for the dye. And after I rinsed them and washed them, partly I wasn't very patient, so I sort of washed everything together, which again, I know you shouldn't do. I did many things wrong, so what I ended up doing was getting another kit and basically redoing the whole thing altogether. I did recolor some things I kept as they were because I did like them, even if they were more pastel. And in the second batch, I did the soda ash pre-soaking for around 15 minutes. I couldn't find soda ash, so what I did is I used bicarbonate of soda and I baked it in the oven at around 100 degrees for about an hour. And that did the trick. Basically, it transforms and it becomes tricarbonate of soda, which is soda ash. So I pre-soaked them in soda ash after washing, still to remove the sizing. And they turned out so much better with so much more saturation in the color. So obviously it's better if you follow the directions. I had watched a bunch of videos and tutorials, and obviously people said to use soda ash, to wash them in a specific way. I didn't, just because apparently this kit was supposed to work as it is and to have soda ash inside together with the dye. It did probably have that, but it made overall the colors so much more faded in the end, and I just didn't like the look. So here I'm keeping folding everything. You will see in the end some of the faded ones actually turned out pretty good, in my opinion. I did like them, so I kept them as they were. It all turned out pretty pastel-y, which for some things worked great, I think. Socks especially I did like, and the sweater, but some things I did redo. Another thing, since I like to experiment, with the ones I liked the least, what I did was a bleach bath using around 35-40% bleach to water ratio, and I left them in there for around 20-ish minutes. But you can do a weaker bleach ratio and to leave it for a lot longer. And what it did is it ended up eating most of the faded colors except orange. So I had some sort of marbled effect with the orange, which wasn't bad. But I did end up putting more color on top of all of them. But in general, it was an interesting experiment, and I encourage you to do the same. So what I did is rinse them normally, and then I sort of piled them up all together, rinse them until the tap, under the tap, or in my case the shower, until the water ran clear, and then I just washed them normally. Now this was kind of a problem because the better results were when I used the fixative, so I encourage you to do that. So wash them and rinse them until water runs clear, 15 minutes in a solution with the fixative, and then you can wash them as usual. I washed them about like 3-4 t-shirts together, just based on the ones that had similar colors, just to have an extra step to make 100%, to be 100% sure. Color basically did not change whatsoever, because in these you can see they look super bright, but unfortunately after they came out of the washing machine they were very faded and pale, and it was a bit of a pity because I don't normally use color, but I was kind of excited about this whole process basically just because of the color. So, you know, that's an issue. So in the end, the kit itself was pretty good, I think. The problem was mostly that I just shouldn't have listened to their instructions, but what people on the internet said, because I never done this before, and people do amazing things with tie-dye. They do amazing patterns and colors, and they get these incredible results. And they basically say the same things. Do a pre-soak with soda ash, and as I said, the more you leave the color in wrapped, the better. And as I said, I did the same thing with the second batch and it did work. So I'm actually looking forward to do it again. I did get to revamp a lot of my wardrobe with a lot of color, but pretty stoked with that. The rinsing takes a long time. Get prepared for that. It does take a long time. You can rinse 2, 3, 4 times. I even left them to dry almost overnight just because of time, and went back the day after, rinsed them again before the final wash, and that's what happened. Still more water came out. Here you can see results right after rinsing. So this is one of the first ones. These first ones are all the originals, let's say. You can see they're not bad. These are the ones that I kept as they were. They're just a bit faded. I like this sort of metallic-y, hollow, fake hollow look as well. I think it's kind of cool. Again, not traditional patterns. As you can see, everything a bit pale, but I don't mind that too much. These are the ones that are from the original batch, but I added more color in the same patterns. So again, results were a mixed bag. I really liked most of them though. Again, all spirals. In the new ones I did, again, spirals and a spider, and I tried again the mandala technique, but didn't work out amazingly. And here are the 100% new ones. You can see the difference in saturation and colors. The pattern stayed a lot cleaner as well. But pretty happy with the result. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.